What is a usually common way of selling a gaming platform? Well, it's graphics. And what do people usually use to determine how good a console's graphics are? Water. This is why Sega in 1999 with Sonic Adventure made the game all about water. There was water everywhere. The main boss, every level environment had water, nearly, but this raises a question. It's almost never used in actual gameplay. It's always just a don't go here sign. It's almost never in actual gameplay. So what if we make the entire level water? Will the game still be possible to beat? What changes between being not in water and being in water? Well, let's find out. Now, I think it is important to say that I'm not doing this from a new save file. Why, you may ask? Well, because I can't be bothered. I don't want to have to go through the hub worlds and everything. All we're doing is seeing if the bosses and stages are still possible in underwater. Starting off with Chaos Zero, by manipulating the movement of the boss, we are able to cut down the time it takes to about 20 seconds. The reason why this is so important is because around then, Sonic starts to drown. So if you don't kill him quickly enough, Sonic will just drown before the fight ends. Next up is the Egg Hornet. After the missile phase, if you quickly attack Eggman multiple times, he'll take damage, well, multiple times. If you do this well enough, you will beat the Egg Hornet before Sonic has a chance to drown. Next up is Chaos 4. Now, what's weird about this fight is, despite taking 2 minutes, I never drowned during this fight. And I think it's a weird reason. Let's have a look back at the end of the Egg Hornet fight. When the fight ended and I was teleported to Chaos 4, Sonic drowned at seemingly the exact same time, so I must have caused the game to bug out and recognize me as drowned, even though I was just teleported into a completely different area. I know it's really weird, but that's the only explanation I can think of why Sonic never drowned. Moving on to Chaos 6, when Eggman deploys the little ice thingies, if you homing attack it, then throw it at Chaos 6, then go to Chaos 6's side and charge up a light speed attack. You get this before entering Red Mountain. If you charge it up, then release, you'll actually deal double damage to Chaos 6. So, if you successfully do this twice, you will just manage to beat Chaos 6. Similar to Chaos 4, the Egg Viper is a long fight, meaning that without the trick from earlier that I showed where you die the exact second it moves on to the next fight, you won't be beating the Egg Hornet. Well, because I died during the Egg Hornet fight, I wasn't actually able to beat it. But if you do actually do the trick I showed earlier, you'll be able to beat it. Just hope that it's on your first try. At the start of Emerald Coast, there's a ramp that leads you to another section before a checkpoint. Because of water, you don't go far enough using the ramp, so what you have to do is you have to spin dash and jump at the same time you use the ramp to get enough boost forward to be able to reach the other side. In the boardwalk section with the shark, use the shark to push you forward, and if you get lucky enough, you'll make it. I'd say when you land on the boardwalk, spin dash. A good tip for moving around in general underwater is fully charge up a spin dash, let it go, and then when you slow down enough, fully charge another spin dash. That's how I was able to move at least a decent speed. If you stand in the little bit of water, the shallow section, your oxygen will actually refill. Use this to be able to reach the end. The first two sections of Windy Valley are pretty easy. Checkpoints are quite close to each other and the sections are quite short. It was all going well until section 3, where distances between checkpoints became a little too large, and because there was nowhere to refill, I couldn't actually get to the end, so sadly, Windy Valley is impossible. Surprisingly, Casinopolis is actually possible, and it's because when you deposit rings, you are given a checkpoint. So if you just farm like the rings that come out, the little gambling things, you can just keep depositing them and you'll be good. This took 20 minutes! It's crazy how section 3 of Ice Cap is completely impossible. It's almost like there's no checkpoint that you can refill at. So yeah, it's not possible. Snowboard section is too long. Similar to the snowboard section from Ice Cap, the kart section of Twinkle Kart is completely impossible. There are checkpoints in the entire section, therefore we cannot drive to refill on oxygen, and therefore we can't get through to the second section, which honestly, the second section is probably possible. I can definitely see that being possible. Speed Highway is actually really disappointing to me. The first section was possible thanks to oxygen refills on the rocket and the checkpoints and all that. But the second section, for some reason while you're running down the building, you just go really slowly because of the water. And I tried to like glitch into a wall to like find oxygen, but it just really wasn't possible. I really thought that stage would be possible, but it's not. Finally, a stage as possible, Red Mountain. In the first section, by using the rocket launchers, you can refill your oxygen, and thanks to the abundance of checkpoints, you'll also be able to refill your oxygen with those. The only section where I had a bit of trouble was with the little great things with the springs that moved around. You had to quickly jump up because there's a little more of a distance between them, but I eventually figured out how to do it by going on the bottom path instead of taking the jump panels. In the second section, if you use a speedrun trick to get up to the top of the level early, you can get the checkpoint, die, and then make your way to the end very easily. Skydeck? What? It doesn't even fix itself after you die. You can't just get shot off to the side. Like Emerald Coast, Lost World has quite a lot of water, so use it to jump in and refill yourself for section 1. In section 2, it gets a little more complicated, because in the light room, what happens is, if you fall in the water, that's just a death pit. So what you need to do is get hit by the spikes, and when you hit by the water, jump. The extra height will allow you to get back onto the platform, and then, very quickly, make your way to Light Dash Trail, and then the checkpoint. The rest is pretty smooth sailing, other than in the rock rolling section, where you have to make sure you're going fast, otherwise you won't reach it. Final leg is also possible. Thanks to the abundance of checkpoints and rockets, you're actually able to get enough refills to reach the end. The only tough part was section 2, where there was a little bit of a more distance between checkpoints, but thanks to me getting lucky and a bit of jank, I was able to reach the end. So that's it for all of Sonic's stories. If you want me to do any of the other stories that are in the game, let me know. I'll probably get around to it one day. The raw footage will be up on my second channel. That's where I do more unscripted playthroughs of games. Uncut, because I can't bother. And yeah, go check that out. I'm currently making my way through the Unleashed DLC. So yeah, go check that out. But if you don't, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. And check out the rest of this speedrun of Emerald Coast.